Okay, y'all. It's 6:06 in the evening on Tuesday, July 2nd. I just had something happen to me, and I felt like everything in me is telling me that I need to post it. So, here we go. This might sound crazy. It's not like the other content that I usually put up, but just hear me out. So, you know how you get those telemarketing calls, scam likely calls, and they call all the time. Well, I was home today and I got a little frustrated because I was getting these calls back to back to back to back. I mean, these are the calls that come from these companies or people, not sure who it is, telemarketers, could be anybody actually. It comes from them. 10 a.m. I've had them call 6 a.m. I've had them call 10 o'clock at night, as if their life depends on it. A lot of us have had commission-based jobs before, but it's getting ridiculous. And as far as the caller ID, you never know who's actually calling you because they'll put anything on a caller ID. They even have the capability. I was at work one day and got a caller ID notification from somebody in my contacts, and when I answered it, it was a telemarketer asking me if I had proper health insurance. So anyway, hear me out, y'all. I got a little frustrated. I'm human. Got a scam likely call, and they had been calling back to back to back. So what did I do? I answered it. I said, hello. This person addresses me by my first name because, mind you, we don't actually know how much information they have. We're aware that companies and the government sell our information, but they're addressing you by first name. They usually have your birth date, or they usually have they can pinpoint information about the region that you live in, or they might even have your full address. So you're not really sure what information these people have. So this person gives me their spiel, tells me that they're selling life insurance, asks me if I wanted a quote. So just for and giggles, I asked them, what company are you representing? He was like, I beg your pardon? I said, so if you're calling me about a life insurance quote, what company are you representing? This man went on to rattle off at least 12 well-known life insurance companies. And it doesn't make him legit. So I continue to ask questions. He starts firing off questions about what age group I'm in, which you might say to yourself, that's normal. And, he starts asking abnormal questions. Questions that you would only have to answer if you agreed to get a quote in person at a medical facility. This person asked me my blood type. This person asked me what nationality I was. This person was asking me things that, of course, I'm not stupid, I wasn't going to answer. But it's just a fact of the matter that this was allowed to go on. And anybody that's ever worked at a telemarketing customer service place knows that it's usually a second-party conversation. Like, they'll tell you that you're being recorded for training purposes. So there's always a supervisor or a manager that's listening. Well, they usually only step in if you're being irate or if you're berating the customer service employee. I was not doing any of these things. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't cuss this man out. But all of a sudden, when I refused to give out this personal information, I told him I think it's a little too personal to be giving out over the phone. Someone else interjects, the supervisor, and asks me, okay, well, you don't want to answer those questions, so do you smoke? And then continues to go back over the questions again. Do you smoke? So, do you mind if I ask you what nationality you are? What's your blood type? What's my blood type? And y'all still believe that when these telemarketers or scam likely calls you, that it's not more than just a scam? Your blood type, though? That man's not a physician. I did not verbally agree to any contracts. I didn't give them any information. Who knows how much information they had about me? Because he went on to ask my address and blah, blah, blah. You don't think that's a little sus? Come on now. We know how America does it. I just want y'all to be aware. I wasn't dumb enough to answer these questions, but usually if you answer the phone by accident or if you intentionally answer just to see what they want, it's usually, this is about health insurance, let me help you find some, or we're looking for donations for children's hospitals. It's usually something normal like that. But if someone calls you about life insurance and asks if you need a quote, these are questions they don't ask you. Y'all let me know if I sound crazy, but I just wanted you to be careful, be aware, listen when they're asking you questions. It'll tell you what their motivation is. Don't just blindly answer questions, or some people will just hang up. That's a good thing too, but I was just curious. Something told me to just ask more questions. It all started because I asked what company they were representing and they couldn't even answer that. But for you to ask me in-depth information about myself and you don't know me, somebody's up to something. They track down people's IP addresses and they come and get them out of the windows all the time at their house. Who knows? They could have your location. Be aware when these telemarketers or scammers call your house. And don't come in my comments talking about, oh, that sounds personal. No. It's a warning to everybody. Everything in my spirit was telling me to get on here and let you know what just happened to me. So you'll be aware when it happens to you, because it's going to happen to you, because they call all the time. I mean, they have no boundaries anymore. So I just wanted you to, in particularly, be aware and listen to the questions that they're asking you, because they'll try to ask them real quick just to get you verbally wrapped up into something. It's not always about the motivation of them taking your voice for AI. It's not about that. He was asking me questions that only my physician should know. So I might sound crazy, y'all, but you let me know. Take care and be careful out there, and just be aware. Stay prayed up. Ask for clarity and ask God for protection for you and your family, because there is no telling the lengths that people will go through to get you now. They might even be organ trafficking over the phone. You never know. Don't trust nobody. Have a good evening.